Hello and welcome. You're watching Business Today Television. I'm Sakshi Batra and this is your favorite show, Daily Calls, a show that addresses all your stock-specific queries. In case you're watching this show for the first time, well, the WhatsApp number is flashing on your screens. Send us all your queries regarding your stocks in your portfolio or those that are coming afresh onto your radar on this number. Don't forget to mention your name, location and your contact details so that we can give you an opportunity to also speak to our top guests to have a custom-made advice for yourself. Alternatively, you can also use the YouTube platform where you're watching this show live on. Use the comment section there to send us all your questions and we'll be happy to pick up those questions to address it to our guests. Let's now welcome our guest on the show. We have Mr. Nilesh Jain, our Head and Vice President of Technicals and Derivatives Research at Centrum Broking, joining in. Warm welcome, Nilesh. Good to have you with us. Well, bright and shiny after the holiday and the long weekend of Holi. The market's back above 22,500. What is the sense that you get for this week?
Very good afternoon to you, Sakshi. Absolutely. So a very good start for this particular week. And if you see, the Nifty index is trying to break 22,500 levels. Although we have seen some profit taking from the higher levels, but there has possibility of Nifty to take out 22,500 levels decisively. And going forward from here, the important level to watch out for on the higher side would be 22,580. That's the 21-day moving average that is acting as a stiff resistance. So if it breaks above roughly 22,600, we can say if that level has been taken off decisively, then the next target on the upside would be 22,800 to 23,000. So these are the two important levels we are expecting Nifty to retest, revisit going forward in the March series itself. And any dip from here can be used as a buying opportunity, provided it should not break below 22,350 levels. So that should be the stop loss for the long position. So overall, structure-wise, both Nifty and Bank Nifty look positive. In fact, Bank Nifty is giving more comfort as of now, and the target on the upside for the Bank Nifty comes around 49,000. So at current level, Bank Nifty is a buy, and stop loss can be placed at 48,100. Target on the upside would be 48,600 to 49,000 on an immediate basis.
Okay, got that. Well, Nilesh, we already have a lot of questions coming in, so we'll straight away dive into our viewers' questions. We have a lot of viewers joining in on our YouTube. We have Mohit Yadav, Avnish Chaudhary, Abhinya. We also have Lalit writing in. Warm welcome to all of you. And we also have some WhatsApp numbers, WhatsApp questions coming in from Ramu, Hyderabad. Let's start off with the WhatsApp question itself. Ramu writes in and says, I want to know your outlook on Voltas, both on the cash as well as the F&O space, and what are the support and target prices for Voltas if I look at it afresh? Well, of course, consumer durables back in action right in front, right ahead of the summers knocking our doors now. 2.8% higher for Voltas, 1442. Do you think this is a good one to look at the current levels?
Absolutely, Sakshi. So, consumer durable, in fact, you have rightly pointed out in last few trading sessions, we have seen good attraction coming in. And from here, we are expecting a follow-up move, or I would say a momentum to continue towards 1500 to 1520. So these are the levels to accumulate in this particular counter. Keep a stop loss below 1410. So that should be the stop loss for the long position. Even in spot and futures, from mass series point of view, structure-wise, this particular stock is looking positive, and we are expecting a follow-up move towards 1480 to 1500.
Okay, got that. I hope, Ramu, this has helped you out in terms of the key strategies on the stock. Let's take another question from our YouTube now. Mohit Yadav says, Namaste sir, KNR construction पर आपका व्यू चाहिए 3 साल के लिए अगर निवेश करना हो तो कंस्ट्रक्शन स्पेस से KNR कंस्ट्रक्शन करंटली अगर हम देखें KNR कंस्ट्रक्शन के स्टॉक को तो आपको ये दिखेगा फिलहाल NSE पर 207 रुपए के भाव पर ट्रेड करता हुआ. अगर आप इसको पिछले 6 महीने के व्यूज़ देखेंगे तो ये ऑलरेडी 40% नीचे है और अगर हम पिछले 1 साल का ट्रेंड देखें तो 12 या 13% नीचे है, यानी कि जो ज़्यादातर वीकनेस आई है पिछले 6 महीने की वीकनेस में ही इस स्टॉक में एक ड्रॉप देखने को मिला है. 207 के लेवल्स पर अगर देखा जाए 3 साल के लिए पर्सपेक्टिव से, यानी कि लॉन्ग टर्म का पर्सपेक्टिव है, क्या खरीदना चाहिए अभी निलेश जी ने?
वेल साक्षी, ये थोड़ा सा जल्दबाजी नहीं करनी चाहिए बिकॉज स्टॉक का स्ट्रक्चर थोड़ा सा वीक है और जिस हिसाब से ओवरऑल इस पर्टिकुलर काउंटर में हमें ऊपरी स्तरों से दबाव देखने को मिला है, ऑलमोस्ट 50% जितना करेक्शन हम देख चुके हैं. 3 साल का नजरिया काफी अच्छा है, नो डाउट, बट बेहतर होगा कि इसको मल्टीपल ट्रांचेस में खरीदें. सबसे पहले तो इसका इंपॉर्टेंट सपोर्ट यहाँ पे देखना होगा वो 185 का. अगर 185 के लेवल के नीचे फिसलता है तो हो सकता है स्टॉक 170 150 तक के लेवल रिविजिट करता हुआ नजर आ सकता है, बट फिलहाल के लिए अगर खरीदारी कर रहे हैं तो स्टॉप लॉस स्ट्रिक्टली मेंटेन करें जो 180 के आसपास, 180 185 के आसपास का है। और लंबा नजरिया इसके लिए मैं कहूंगा कि इसे एक्यूमुलेट करके चल सकते हैं, क्योंकि मेजर ब्रॉडर अंडरटोन इसका पॉजिटिव रहा है। ये करेक्शन एक अच्छी अपॉर्चुनिटी देता है विद द टाइम होराइजन ऑफ 3 years प्लस। आई थिंक इट्स गुड टू एक्यूमुलेट।
ओके गॉट दैट। चलिए उम्मीद करते हैं यहाँ पर आपको राय मिल गई होगी, इसे आप डेफिनेटली फॉलो करें जिससे कि आपको निवेश में कोई नुकसान ना हो। आगे बढ़ते हैं। नेक्स्ट हमारे पास सवाल आया है अवनीश चौधरी का। लिखते हैं, हेलो साक्षी जी, मुझे पॉलीकैब, रेमंड और एनटीपीसी पर फ्रेश लेवल्स एंट्री के लिए पूछने हैं और इसका अगर आप स्टॉप लॉस और टारगेट भी सजेस्ट कर दें तो बेहतर होगा। ओके, 3 अलग अलग ट्रेडिंग के स्टॉक्स हैं इनके पास। पहला तो पॉलीकैब, इसी को पहले देख लेते हैं। आज ब्रोकरेज हाउसेस ने कुछ टारगेट्स भी स्लैश किए हैं यहाँ पर, और केबल्स एंड वायर सेगमेंट में काफ़ी वॉलेटिलिटी भी हमने पिछले हफ्ते से देखी है जब से अल्ट्राटेक सीमेंट ने अपना अनाउंसमेंट किया फोरे इस स्पेस में। पॉलीकैब को फिलहाल आप कैसे देखते हैं? कोई फ्रेश एंट्री बनती है यहाँ पर नीलेश?
देखिए साक्षी, प्योरली फ्रॉम अ पुल बैक पर्सपेक्टिव यहाँ पे एक ट्रेड लिया जा सकता है, क्योंकि काउंटर में हमने एक काफी शार्प डिक्लाइन देखी थी आज फिलहाल। उसके बाद एक अटेम्प्ट हो रहा है पुल बैक का, तो ये पुल बैक थोड़ा एक्सटेंड होता हुआ नजर आ रहा है। 5250 से 5400 तक की रेंज के लिए अगर प्ले करना है तो बिल्कुल यहाँ पे लॉन्ग ट्रेड लेके चल सकते हैं। 4800 का स्टॉप लॉस होगा, अगर 4800 के नीचे चलता है तब यहाँ पे 4600 और उसके नीचे तक के लेवल देखने को मिल सकते हैं। तो प्योरली फ्रॉम अ शॉर्ट टर्म ट्रेडिंग पर्सपेक्टिव एक पुल बैक प्ले यहाँ पे बन सकता है, बट मेजर स्ट्रक्चर अभी भी वीक है। जब तक ये 5400 के ऊपर नहीं निकलता है तब तक यहाँ पे कोई बड़ी अपसाइड शायद हमें देखने को ना मिले।
ओके, चलिए अगला सवाल इनका जो था ये रेमंड पर था। रेमंड पर कुछ फ्रेश एंट्री बनती है?
देखिए सिमिलर अप्रोच यहाँ पर भी है। काउंटर एक ग्रेजुअल डिक्लाइन दिखा रहा है और हो सकता है कि थोड़ी गिरावट और गहराती हुई नजर आए। तो यहाँ पे जिस हिसाब से लोअर टॉप एंड लोअर टॉप फॉर्मेशन बना है, हो सकता है पुल बैक 1300 तक का देखने को मिलेगा, बट ज्यादा बड़ी अपसाइड यहाँ पे एक्सपेक्ट करके ना चले। अगर ट्रेड लॉन्ग साइड में लिया हुआ है या फिर लेने की चेष्टा कर रहे हैं तो 1195 का स्टॉप लॉस जरूर मेंटेन करें, और सिर्फ पुल बैक के पर्सपेक्टिव से ट्रेड लिया जा सकता है।
ठीक है, और लास्ट इनका था क्वेश्चन एनटीपीसी को लेकर, पावर स्पेस से यहाँ पर व्यू क्या रहेगा?
बिल्कुल, देखिए आउट ऑफ ऑल दी 3 स्टॉक्स एनटीपीसी का स्ट्रक्चर कंपैरेटिवली बेटर प्लेस नजर आ रहा है। काफी अच्छा बेस फॉर्मेशन हमें 300 295 की जोन में बनता हुआ नजर आया था, और यहाँ से एक फॉलो अप मूव और ग्रेजुअल अप मूव हम एक्सपेक्ट करके चल सकते हैं 350 360 शॉर्ट टर्म के लिहाज से, और पोजीशन लिहाज से भी देखें तो 380 और 400 तक की अपसाइड यहाँ देखने को मिल सकती है। तो 310 के आसपास का स्टॉप लॉस मेंटेन करके इस पर्टिकुलर काउंटर में लॉन्ग ट्रेड लेके चल सकते हैं।
ठीक है, नेक्स्ट हम लेते हैं सवाल। यूट्यूब से हमारे पास एक सवाल आया है और ये है मिस्टर ललित का, और ये पूछना चाह रहे हैं, हाय, आई वांट टू नो अबाउट एस्टर डीएम हेल्थ केयर फॉर लॉन्ग टर्म। आई हैव अ 3 years horizon. इज इट अ गुड टाइम टू इन्वेस्ट राइट नाउ? इफ नॉट, देन कुड यू सजेस्ट एनी अदर हेल्थ केयर स्टॉक दैट इज recommended at the current levels? So first up, Aster DM Healthcare. Today it's down by 1.3%. Is it a good one to look at for the next 3 years horizon, or do you have a better stock at this point?
Well, Sakshi, first of all, Aster DM, I was looking at monthly as well as weekly chart. The stock has been in a very strong uptrend, and from 2020, the pandemic low I was looking at, it was trading somewhere around 60 rupees. It has already become a multi-bagger stock. The recent correction, in fact, has given a good opportunity to accumulate this particular stock. With a time horizon of 3 years plus, this stock has the potential to move towards 520 on from a short-term perspective, and from a position point of view, the stock may test the levels of 700 plus as well. So good bet to accumulate with a time horizon of 3 years plus. It's a good quality stock looks like, but keep a watch on a strong support zone that is currently placed at 384. So 384 should be the stop loss and can be accumulated on decline.
Fair point. We have the next question then. This one is from Narhari and he's from Hyderabad. Says, I want to know about Orient Technology stock. I am looking at it for an absolute long term, approximately 10 years. Should I look at this stock? Okay, so an absolute long term for this one, but remember the stock has already had seen quite a bit of a fall in this year so far. I mean, starting this year, the stock has dropped about 38%, in a year-to-date basis within the first 2.5 months odd or so. And we've seen quite a bit of a loss coming in. But if we look at the last 1 year perspective, it's flat because it was an upward rally and it has lost about quite a bit starting January of this year itself. In fact, the stock had hit a 52-week high back in November after the earnings had come in pretty strong. But after that, the stock has actually not seen any encouraging signs. Orient Tech for you, Nilesh?
Well, Sakshi, as you have pointed out, the stock has delivered a sharp decline recently from highs of near about 650 odd. We have seen a sharp decline in last couple of months now,
Yeah.
and the stock has a history of hitting lower circuits as well. The stock is very illiquid, very low volumes, as you can see. So it's not advisable to chase in this particular counter or take any sort
Okay.
of contract at current level. We are not getting that kind of confidence in this particular stock. So better to avoid. But just in case if somebody has already bought it, then I would advise to keep a very strict stop loss, which is trading, which is currently placed at 296. Counter is trading at 304. So very nearby, this particular stop loss should be placed at 296. And if it breaks below the same, then the next target would be 260 to 250. So first of all, it's an avoid. But if already bought, then follow strict stop loss as well.
Sure. Let's take another one. This one is from Biswadeep Porel from Kolkata. He has queries regarding both PFC and REC. He has a position in both these power related stocks, and PFC he has at the rate of 397 and REC at 429. Now he wants to know what should his strategy be going forward from here on both PFC and REC.
Well, this particular segment has been doing good, and we have seen gradual upmove from the lower levels. Recovery has already begun in this particular sector. So REC, PFC, both the stocks are looking positive. Out of this, REC looks more stronger compared to PFC. The stock has a very good support at 365, 370 zone, and it has a potential to test 460, 480 levels on the upside. So here one can stay put, follow the levels as highlighted. Similar in the case with PFC as well. So PFC has a very good support at 365. That should be the stop loss for the long position, and gradually we may see an upmove towards 420 to 430 as well. So good bets to hold on to from a little position perspective as well. But yes, from trading point of view, follow the stop losses as well.
Fair point. I hope this has helped you out in identifying the right strategy for yourself. Nanu Vyas writes in on our YouTube, says, good afternoon, ma'am. I want to know whether it is a good time to buy Ola. Okay, so that's a tricky one. Ola Electric today has actually seen quite a bit of a cut, and that's after the news came in that one of its vendors wants to take it to insolvency. There's a lawsuit that they have filed in NCLT as well, and there's a payment default issue too. And all of this has continued to, put pressure on Ola Electric shares. It's now slipped below the 50 odd mark as well. And, we have seen quite a bit of slide. In fact, 7% on an intraday basis is what we've seen, a record low for Ola Electric shares after the kind of cut that we've seen. So it's trading at 47.10 now. Nilesh, difficult one to take a call on. Is there any sign of, buying on dip that one should look at, or should one stay away?
The better strategy would be to stay away because the stock has been witnessing a constant decline, and we have seen a constant decline starting from previous almost 3 months now. The stock has witnessed a sharp decline of more than 50 to 53% in last 3 4 months now. So currently, after today's call, no doubt the stock has gone into extremely oversold territory. There could be possibility of a little bit of a pullback in this particular stock. Pullback may be seen towards 50 to 52 and or maybe 55 levels as well. But I won't advise taking any contraband at current level. It is better to stay away for the timing till the time we see any sort of reversal formation. The stock is in a kind of free fall zone, so better to stay away.
Okay, fair point. Let's take another one then. We have this question coming in from Ashwini D. Rao, and he wants to know, is it the right time to buy TCS? Again, Nilesh, we do know that IT stocks have been continuously under pressure, and there is this fear that probably in FY26, the kind of reversal in the earnings growth that we were expecting, or the higher growth vis-a-vis FY25 may not actually pan out as so because of the troubles there are and uncertainties in the US because of the policy changes happening. What should one strategy be on TCS as of now?
See, IT stocks, no doubt, we have seen good, decent correction recently, and the structure-wise, the Nifty IT index is not looking promising at all as of now. So there could be possibility of another leg on the lower side. On the back of that, we may see some amount of pressure in across all large cap IT counters. So TCS, there could be possibility of some bit of recovery or rebound from the current levels, but it is important for this particular stock to break about 3650 level to break the negative formation. So if it breaks above 3650, then probably it can be bought on breakout. As of now, it's an avoid unless and until if somebody wants to add in the portfolio with a time horizon of 1 year plus, then probably one can look at this particular counter. But purely from a trading perspective, it's an avoid.
Okay, got that. Let's take another one. This one is from our WhatsApp. We are getting some of our viewers writing in. Satyan from Kerala writes in, please find out of these three stocks, any stock that I can continue to average at the current levels. Sterling Tools, I'm sitting on a 10% loss. Prince Pipes and V-Guard, I'm sitting on an 8% loss as of now. I have a 1 year horizon. So, should I average any of these or where should I exit? Is the question coming in from Satyan. Sterling Tools, Prince Pipes and V-Guard.
So first of all, Sterling Tools currently trading at 312 rupees. The stock has a very good support of a multi-month support, I would say, which is placed at 298. So it is exactly trading near about those levels. So first of all, this particular level should be the stop loss for the long position. Trend is looking weak, so it is not advisable to average as of now. Better to wait and watch out for a reversal formation. If it breaks above 350, then probably can one can look for averaging out in, position in this particular counter. But as of now, it's an avoid. Similarly, VGuard, we have seen a gradual decline, but the counter has made an attempt to show some bit of rebound from the lower levels. There could be possibility of a follow-up move towards 360, 380, but keep a stop loss below 310, and one can stay put in this particular counter. And apart from that, Prince Pipe, it's an avoid. It's a complete structural breakdown. So we are expecting follow-up more on the lower side towards 230, 210, or maybe 200 levels can be seen in this particular counter. So avoid taking any fresh entry in this particular stock. If already bought, then keep a stick tailing stop loss near about 235. And out of these three, VGuard is something that one can probably look for averaging, but rest two, it's an avoid.
Okay, fair point. I hope this has helped you out, Satyan, in understanding the strategy on all the stocks that you've asked. Let's take another question. This one is from Anmol Kapoor. He's from Kanpur. He says, I have 8,000 shares of Network 18. I purchased this at 68.5. I can wait for about 1 to 2 years, but can I average at the current levels? What would your suggestion be? Not NetWeb, we are talking about Network 18 stock, 68.5.
Right, Network 18, which is currently trading at 41 rupees, and the stock is witnessing a constant decline from the levels of 132. So we have seen a decent amount of price erosion in this particular stock. Structure is not looking that attractive as of now. So first of all, do not average, do not make any sort of fresh entry in this particular stock with a time horizon of 1 year, 2 years plus. I think there could be possibility of some rebound from here. So since already bought it at very high level, at present one can stay put, keep a stick stop loss of 37, and one can expect a gradual up move going forward. But we are not advising to do any sort of averaging because the structure of the broader market is still not looking that promising. So going forward, we are still expecting some more correction to continue. So keeping that in mind, I would advise to keep a stick stop loss and stay put with the existing long position, but do not average.
Okay, fair point. Let's take another one. This one is from Satya CK. He writes in from our YouTube platform. He says, I want to know, and long time, for long term averaging the prices of IOC and NCC. We do not know your current levels, which you have bought the stock at Satya. That would have helped our guests to really help you out in the right strategy. But IOC and NCC, currently IOC is trading at 123 odd levels and NCC is the second stock. He wants to know where can he average and enter afresh.
See, IOC, where this from a OMC space and given the kind of a correction that we have seen in a crude oil, which is currently at $70, so that is a kind of positive for all the OMC stocks. And IOC also has a very good dividend yield. So good position stock, it can be averaged at current level, can be added. Fresh entry can be done in a staggered manner as well. So this looks good comparatively, and 113 is a very strong support. So ideally, that should be the stop loss for the long position. So this particular counter looks good to average from a position perspective. NCC on the other hand is not giving that kind of a confirmation on the chart as of now. If it breaks above 200, then probably one can make a fresh entry. At present, it's an avoid. But if somebody is somebody wants to initiate a fresh long, then keep a stop loss at 170.
Okay, got that. Let's take another one. This one is from Gul. She's from Kerala and she says, I want to buy one hotel stock for about 1 to 1.5 years point of view. I want to know which one should I go for. I was thinking of either EIH Hotels or Taj GVK. Is there a stock that you'd recommend between the two or anyone else which you feel is much better for 1.5 years perspective from the hotel space at this point in time, Nilesh?
Well, structure-wise, Taj GVK is witnessing one of the best structure out of all the hotel stocks, Taj GVK, EIH, and Indian Hotel. So I've been tracking all these three stocks. So structure-wise, Taj GVK is looking very strong. And in spite of such a sharp decline in the market, this particular stock managed to hit a new record high recently in the previous week itself. So structure-wise looks good, can be bought at present, bought on dips as well. Keep a stop loss at 445, and this particular stock has a potential to test 550, 600 from a position perspective. Second preferred bet would be Indian Hotel. Of course, it's a good one of the brands, and the recent correction is giving a good opportunity to add Indian Hotel in the portfolio. Keep a stop loss at 700, and position target comes somewhere around 850 to 900.
Okay, fair point. Let's keep that also into account. Let's take the next one. Momita from Kolkata writes and says, Hi Sakshi, I hope the entire Business Today television team has had a fab Holi. Thank you so much, Momita, for your wishes. And I do wish that you've also had a fantastic festival and I hope you have a great year ahead too. Her question is on CDSL. She wants to average the stock. She bought it at a level of 1381 and she wants to know whether this is the right time to average the stock. What would you say on CDSL?
Well, CDSL and apart from that, all the exchange-related stocks like BSE has also witnessed a sharp decline recently. So structure-wise, from a short-term perspective, the structure looks weak and we may see the levels of 1040 or 1000 as well on the lower side. But if somebody has already bought it at high level looking to make a sort of a average in this particular counter, and provided one should have a time horizon of 1 year plus, then these are good levels to accumulate in the portfolio. Fundamentally good stock and technically as well, this correction has given a good opportunity as well. So purely from a position perspective, averaging can be done in this particular stock, but provided one should have a time horizon of 1 year plus.
Okay, fine. I hope, Momita, that's also answered your question right there. But before we let you go, Nilesh, any key stocks that have come afresh onto your radar as well? Where can one invest in afresh, both technically, fundamentally, anything that has come onto your radar?
Right. So few stocks that are on our radar, given the kind of rebound that we are witnessing. So few stocks are showing strength. So first of all, JSW Energy, this particular stock has formed a good base formation in the zone of 420, 440. So we are expecting a follow-up move to continue towards 550 to 580 on the upside with a stop loss below 505. JSW Energy can also be bought. And apart from that, Varun Private Limited, this particular counter is also witnessing a sort of a breakout today. Good setup, good build-up on the long side is also happening. So a follow move towards 515, 520 can be seen with a stop loss below 490. VPL can also be looked at. And lastly, EID Perry, purely from a pullback perspective, this stocks is looking attractive at current level. Follow-up move can be seen towards 730 to 745. Stop loss can be placed at 699.
Okay, fair point. I hope this has also helped a lot of our viewers looking for newer opportunities to really pen down some of those stock ideas there. Before we let you go, any strategy that you'd like to devise for this year, this week so far? We've had a good start, but remains to be seen. Again, it's going to be an events heavy week. We have a lot of federal, reserve related meetings coming up, and therefore interest rate cuts or not will be important to track. Of course, WPI inflation, there are other stuffs as well that we need to track for this entire week. What would you advise as a strategy?
But the strategy is very clear. The markets are not out of the woods yet. We may see some pullback, some bit of rebound, respite can be seen. But at the high levels, there are multiple hurdles as far as Nifty is concerned. So these pullbacks are likely to get sold into. So if at all we see the levels of 22,800, 23,000, these are the good levels to exit from the long position. And from those levels, we may see another round of selling and lower side the important support that we are keeping an eye on is 22,000. So the broader range is 22,000 to 23,000. We are standing exactly in in between in this particular range. So a stock specific strategy should be deployed. The stock where we are getting more comfort, where we are witnessing a kind of a reversal, that particular stock should be in focus. Bank Nifty, as mentioned at the start of the show, that Bank Nifty comparatively looks strong. So all the banking stocks like Axis Bank, ICICI Bank, and HDFC Bank, these are the large cap banks should be in the focus, and these are the banks which are likely to outperform. So Bank Nifty as a whole looks strong, and we are expecting a follow move to continue towards 48,800 to 49,000. So stop loss below 48,000 should be placed. Apart from the banking space, it is better to avoid taking any aggressive bet in the index because we are expecting more sort of a consolidation and another leg on the lower side can be seen in the Nifty.
Fair point. Well, thank you so much, Nilesh, for being with us on the afternoon edition of Daily Calls and helping all our viewers out addressing their queries as well as sharing an outlook on the markets and the strategy for the same too. Thank you so much. Always appreciate your time with us. All right, viewers, we'll get into the second leg of Daily Calls, and that will be with another guest who will be taking up all your questions now. Raghavendra Singh, market expert and a favorite on Daily Calls, joins right in. Raghavendra, warm welcome. Good to have you with us. Hope you had a great Holi. Tell us, are things looking much better as we inch closer to the new financial year for the markets?
Thank you. Very good afternoon. Happy Holi to you, your entire family, your entire team, and your viewers. As far as Nifty is concerned, Nifty has taken a very strong support at 22,000. Now we are inching towards 22,500. 22,500, 22,600 is a very strong resistance. I believe if we manage to close above this level, then only we can expect some of, upside rally up to 22,800, 23,000 level. But again, Nifty is facing a strong resistance at this level, and this is the supply zone. So I think Nifty is still on the sell on rise level, and I think Nifty again can close in the red today itself. So again, 22,200, 22,300 is the base, on the lower side, and on the higher side, I think there's a resistance around 22,500, 22,600. So Nifty is hovering in this range, from past 15 days, and I believe next 1 week is very important. This week we can expect more downside below 22,000 level.
Okay, fair point. Well, Raghavendra, we already have a lot of questions, so we'll keep coming back to your overall market suggestions, but we'll take some questions as well. We have this question from Milan Avasthi. Says, hi Sakshi, I bought Zomato at the rate of 222. Now I want to know when can my price come back. Right now Zomato is trading at around 201 odd levels, but I think you still had a good level to invest in Zomato because it had gone up to what, 300 odd levels. On the way down you bought it, so you were still on a better off situation. राघवेंद्र जी क्या लगता है जोमेटो पर?
देखिए जोमेटो 220 में कोई बुरा नहीं है। अगर मेरे हिसाब से एक बार 190 का लेवल आ सकता है। अगर वहां पे और ऐड कर सकते हैं तो ऐड कीजिए। 185 का स्टॉप लॉस दीजिए।
Okay, let's take another one, and this one is from Nitin Kapoor. He says Bajaj Finance का 9000 का कॉल ऑप्शन 35 के लेवल पर लिया है, इसके ऊपर आपसे टारगेट जानना चाहते हैं क्या होगा बजाज फाइनेंस पर?
देखिए बजाज फाइनेंस 9000 का लेवल क्रॉस करना बहुत मुश्किल लग रहा है मुझे। आपके पास इसी एक्सपायरी का होगा, तो मेरे हिसाब से उसमें से निकल जाइए। और आपको अगर एंट्री करना हो तो अप्रैल मंथ वाले में जो है एंट्री कीजिए, क्योंकि अब अगले हफ्ते एक्सपायरी है। तो मेरे हिसाब से प्रीमियम जो है बहुत ज्यादा हायर साइड में जाएगा नहीं।
Okay. Next, we have this question coming in from Mr. Dasaradhi. He says, is it the right time to enter Praj Industries for 1 year point of view? I think about a few months back, Raghavendra ji, Praj Industries was a talk of the town. It was being seen as a proxy play to the entire sugar space. How would you look at it now? It's been out of sight for some time.
Sakshi, I think Praj is a very strong support as 448, from where the stock has taken the U-turn. Again, I'm expecting some, a stock to take, face a strong resistance as 550, 560. So on the higher side, it is, I think 550 is a strong resistance, from where it can take a U-turn again on the bounce side. Currently, it is avoid.
Okay, got that. I hope this has helped you out. Next, let's take another question. Ankur Modi writes in, says, hi Sakshi, can this bear market continue up till 2030? Many analysts are warning of it. Can you please guide me? Okay, yes, we have been hearing so many, viewpoints across. There are people who believe that this could be while just near the bottom and we could be on an upward cycle soon after. There are many who believe that this pain could continue and it could be like a long-term bear market, a time-wise correction that we could see. So let's get Raghavendra ji to help us understand what should we be really focusing on when there are so many noises, so many viewpoints going on. As a retail investor, what should one keep in mind?
साक्षी, ये 2030 तक बेयर मार्केट होगा नहीं होगा ये तो बताना मुश्किल है, बट एक इतना कंफर्म है कि बाजार अगर नीचे है तो ऊपर जाएगा। सो अगर मार्केट आज नीचे है तो विद इन 6 मंथ, विद इन अ ईयर इट कैन डेफिनेटली गो अप। यू हैव टू फोकस ऑन द स्टॉक्स व्हिच आर ट्रेडिंग एट द लोअर पीई। सो अगेन द वैल्यूएशन इज वेरी लो। सो आई थिंक मोस्ट ऑफ द स्टॉक्स आर trading at the half of their price to earning ratio. Now it is absolutely a good time to buy those stocks and hold in your kitty. So I think long term के लिए मेरे हिसाब से ये अच्छा टाइम है। बहुत से स्टॉक अच्छे वैल्यूएशन पे हैं, बाय करना चाहिए। 2030 के अगले महीने क्या होगा मालूम नहीं है। बेटर है follow with the trend, trade with the trend and hold with the trend. That's it.
Okay, I hope Ankur this has helped you out in understanding the guest's view on the markets and what should you be doing as a retail investor. Srikanth writes in, he's from Mysore. He says, I have about 200 Infosys shares. I bought them at 1343 levels for long term, but day by day the stock is actually continuously declining and it's coming near the rate that I also bought the stock. So I want to know what should I do. Morgan Stanley has also downgraded the stock, so what should my strategy be? So you're still sitting on profit and that's a bit of a good news. Let's try and understand whether it's the right time to book some profit or to continue to hold on. Raghavendra ji, क्या suggest करेंगे यहाँ?
मेरे हिसाब से प्रॉफिट बुक कर लेना चाहिए सर इमीडिएटली, बिकॉज आईटी कंपनी का हालत ठीक नहीं है। सो ओवरऑल आने वाले टाइम में मुझे लगता है इस ये क्वार्टर के जो रिजल्ट्स होंगे वो थोड़े से शॉकिंग हो सकते हैं। तो बेटर है, आपको अच्छा खासा प्रॉफिट है 200-300 रुपए का, एक बार बुक कीजिए, अगेन यू कैन बाय इट एट द लोअर लेवल। तो बेटर है एग्जिट एंड सिट विद द कैश।
कैश पर बैठिए, यहाँ से प्रॉफिट बुक कर लीजिए, प्रॉफिट अपना लेकर बैठिए और जब आपको नीचे के लेवल्स मिले एक बार फिर से आप इस कंपनी को देख सकते हैं। नेक्स्ट हमारे पास सवाल आया है नागा पवन का और ये पूछते हैं, इज इट द राइट टाइम टू बाय CDSL एट द करंट लेवल्स? कैपिटल मार्केट्स की रिलेटेड स्टोरी, यहाँ पर आपका क्या व्यू पॉइंट है राघवेंद्र जी?
आई थिंक अभी इस टाइम पे बाई करना रिस्की है। बेटर है स्टॉक को 1000 के नीचे आने दीजिए। अगेन आई एम सेइंग 1000 के नीचे डेफिनेटली यू कैन बाय दिस स्टॉक विद द स्टॉप लॉस ऑफ 900। अभी फिलहाल बाई मत कीजिए। रीजन इज कि नए नए डीमैट अकाउंट क्लोज हो रहे हैं, पीपल आर नॉट ट्रेडिंग इन द मार्केट, वॉल्यूम कम है, सो जो भी ये एक्सचेंजेस या एक्सचेंज रिलेटेड जो कंपनियां हैं उनके इनकम पे असर होगा और ये क्वार्टर में प्रॉफिटेबिलिटी बहुत कम होने वाली है।
Okay, let's take another question. This one is from Mr. Dasaradi. He says, I want to know about Ashok Leyland. I bought this stock 500, I want to buy this stock 500 shares at the current levels, but I want to know, is there any impact of IndusInd Bank on Ashoka Leyland since it is from the same group? आपने सही कहा Mr. Dasradi, we actually did see the knee-jerk reaction on Ashoka Leyland as well when the IndusInd Bank counter had also slipped by about 27% odd. But remember, today RBI has come out with a statement assuring investors that there is no issue of lack of capital at the bank. So it is a very well adequately capitalized bank as well, and therefore you see slight recovery continuing. But Ashoka Leyland particularly, Raghavendra ji, कैसा लगता है आपको?
देखिए स्टॉक इज ट्रेडिंग बिलो 200 विच इज अ वेरी स्ट्रॉन्ग सपोर्ट। अब 200 के नीचे ट्रेड हो रहा है, सो आई थिंक ये थोड़ा सा रिस्की है। तो मेरे हिसाब से इट कैन स्लाइड अप टू 180 185 लेवल्स। यू कैन कीप एनी स्टॉप लॉस ऑफ 215 इफ यू आर नॉट बाइंग दिस स्टॉक। अगेन 180 185 के लेवल पे बाई करना ठीक है, अभी फिलहाल बाई करने की राय नहीं है।
Okay, fair point. Next we have Mohit from Ludhiana. He writes in and says, I have got 500 shares of restaurant brand Asia or Burger King at 106. My time horizon is 3 years. What should I do? Please guide on restaurant brands Asia.
डेफिनेटली वी कैन बाय एंड होल्ड दिस स्टॉक्स बिकॉज आपने थोड़े ऊपर लेवल पे लिया है, सो होल्ड कर सकते हैं, बेटर है। अभी यहाँ पे आपको बेचने की राय बिल्कुल नहीं दूंगा मैं। ऐड करना हो तो 45 के आसपास आए तो आप ऐड कर सकते हैं। और
Okay, got that. I hope this has helped you out, Mohit. Next, we have a caller with us, Kalpesh Patel from Mumbai. Kalpesh जी, नमस्कार, कैसे हैं आप?
मैम मैं एकदम बढ़िया हूँ, आप कैसे हो मैम?
मैं ठीक हूँ, बताइए।
एकदम बढ़िया हो कल्पेश भाई, आप कैसे हो? मजामा?
एकदम बढ़िया, एकदम मजामा। राघवेंद्र जी, आज तो मार्केट ने हरी नहीं थी, ये होली खेली है, पर मेरा फेवरेट कलर लाल ही है, तो मैंने इंडसइंड बैंक शॉर्ट सेल किया हुआ 700 में, क्योंकि आरबीआई का ये आया उसके बाद भी ये स्टॉक ऊपर चला नहीं है, क्योंकि जो खराब न्यूज अगर 30% टूट रहा है तो अच्छी तो 10% तो चलना चाहिए था, तो फिर भी नहीं चला, 3% प्लस कलर में शॉर्ट सेल कर दिया। तो क्या 600 के नीचे तो 500 रुपये तक आ सकते हैं क्या?
देखिए कल्पेश भाई, कैसा है, स्टॉक जो है 40% नीचे आया है, तो ये एक्सपायरी में जो लोग ऊपर लेवल पे अटक चुके हैं उनको तो एग्जिट नहीं मिलेगा। तो जिनकी लॉन्ग पोजीशन थी उनकी तो बैंड बच चुकी है और आप बैठे हैं शॉर्ट में। आपको चाहिए 500 के नीचे, बहुत अच्छी बात है, मुझे भी चाहिए 500 के नीचे, तो हम दोनों मिलके ले आएंगे नीचे इसको। तो मेरी राय यही है कि इंडसइंड बैंक में लॉन्ग तो बिल्कुल नहीं करना है, क्योंकि ये एक्सपायरी में तो शॉर्ट वालों को मौका मिल रहा है, लॉन्ग वालों को मौका नहीं मिलेगा, क्योंकि ऑप्शन भी ट्रैप हो चुके हैं, फ्यूचर भी ट्रैप हो चुका है। इसलिए आरबीआई की न्यूज आने के बावजूद भी ये स्टॉक ऊपर नहीं गया। तो मेरे हिसाब से अगेन इसमें एक बार लोअर सर्किट लगना चाहिए 2-4 दिन के अंदर, क्योंकि मुझे लगता है कि जो इसका लोअर बैंड था 620 वो एक बार टच करेगा।
ओके, उम्मीद करते हैं कल्पेश जी आपको अपने सवाल का जवाब यहाँ पर मिल गया होगा। नेक्स्ट वील टेक अनदर क्वेश्चन. This one is from Mr. Lalit. He says, I want to know about Samvardhan Motherson and Sona BLW for a long-term perspective. Which auto ancillary stock should I bet on? राघवेंद्र जी, इनके बारे में तो हम काफ़ी समय से भूल ही गए हैं, क्योंकि ऑटो एंसिलरी स्पेस में कुछ भी मोमेंटम नहीं आ रहा था। तो अभी करंटली अगर एक बार फिर से देखना हो तो संवर्धन या सोना BLW में से कहाँ पर आप अपॉर्चुनिटीज ढूंढेंगे?
देखिए दोनों जो है अच्छी कंपनियां हैं, बट प्राइस वाइज करेक्शन 50% से ज्यादा हो चुका है। तो अब मुझे लगता है कि यहाँ से खोने के लिए कुछ नहीं है, 10-5% और फॉल हो सकते हैं, तो 10% डाउन साइड का आप स्टॉप लॉस लगाइए, बाय कीजिए दोनों स्टॉक, सोना BLW भी और आपको संवर्धन मदरसन सुमी भी।
ठीक है, नेक्स्ट हमारे पास नितिन राज वर्मा का सवाल आया है। ये कहते हैं, आई नीड योर एडवाइस ऑन NBCC. आई बॉट द स्टॉक एट 83 लेवल, सो व्हाट शुड माय स्ट्रेटजी बी ऑन NBCC राइट नाउ?
तो NBCC आप अगर 83 पे आपने बाई किया है तो स्टॉक को 72 का स्टॉप लॉस लगाइए, स्टॉक को होल्ड कीजिए। एवरेज करने की राय बिल्कुल नहीं होगा, अगर आप एवरेज करेंगे तो और ट्रैप हो सकते हैं।
ठीक है, नेक्स्ट हम लेते हैं सवाल अर्चना साहू का। ये लिखते हैं कि इरिडा के 300 शेयर्स हैं इनके पास और 65 रुपए के भाव पर हैं, और अगले 7 साल तक ये निवेशित रह सकते हैं। क्या करें? आपने तो काफ़ी बढ़िया लेवल्स पर ख़रीदा हुआ है इरिडा का शेयर, 65.5 के लेवल पर ख़रीदा है, जहां पर देखा जाए तो पिछले 8 महीनों से लगातार ये स्टॉक अपने नीचे ही जाए जा रहा है और काफ़ी टेस्ट भी की है इसने इन्वेस्टर्स की पेशेंस, तो तब भी आप प्रॉफिटेबल हैं। 140 के लेवल्स के आसपास अभी इरिडा ट्रेड कर रहा है। इनको क्या करना चाहिए अभी राघवेंद्र जी?
होल्ड करें और अभी होल्ड कीजिए, 120 रुपए का स्टॉप लॉस दीजिए। लॉन्ग टर्म के लिए आप 120 का स्टॉप लगा सकते हैं। वो ब्रेक करेगा तो निकल ही है, फिर से ऐड करने का मौका मिलेगा 100 रुपए के नीचे। बट मेरे हिसाब से अभी आप हैं तो इसको ट्रेलिंग स्टॉप लॉस लगा के होल्ड करते रहिए।
ठीक है, एक आखिरी सवाल लेते हैं शो पर, और ये सवाल आया है सत्या का। ये लिखते हैं, कैन आई प्लीज गेट अ व्यू फ्रॉम राघवेंद्र जी ऑन वेदर आई कैन एवरेज माई पोजीशन ऑन ऑफिस स्पेस सोल्यूशन। सो माई प्राइस वॉज 650, आई हैव 1 to 2 years टाइम फ्रेम। ये हाल ही का लिस्टेड स्टॉक था ऑफिस स्पेस, और दिग्गज इन्वेस्टर्स के भी यहाँ पर निवेश था, और उसको देखते हुए ये काफ़ी IPO सुर्खियों में भी आया था, उसको देखते हुए। लेकिन काफ़ी ज़्यादा यहाँ पर कंसोलिडेशन भी प्ले आउट हुआ है। 574 का लेवल्स है अभी करंटली ऑफिस स्पेस पर। अभी आप क्या कहेंगे?
नहीं, मेरे हिसाब से एवरेज करने की राय नहीं है। एवरेज तो मत कीजिए, इसको बेटर है, आपके पास ऑलरेडी है, होल्ड कर सकते हैं। आपको लेना हो तो आप दूसरे स्टॉक में जाइए, बट इसको एवरेज करने की राय बिल्कुल नहीं होगी।
एवरेज करने की सलाह तो नहीं रहेगी, लेकिन अगर आपके पास है तो आप इसमें बने रह सकते हैं, ये आपके लिए राय है। ओके राघवेंद्र जी, अब ये बताइए कि कोई फ्रेश स्टॉक्स आपने आइडेंटिफाई किए हैं क्या अभी हाल फिलहाल की गिरावट में, जहां पर निवेश की राय बनती है अभी फ्रेश, अगर इन्वेस्टर्स को 1 साल 2 साल तक के लिए निवेश करना हो तो?
गुजरात फ्लोरोकेम स्टॉक है एंड बायोकॉन, ये दो
जी।
स्टॉक ऐसे हैं जो अभी मुझे लगता है कि यहाँ से इस गिरते बाजार में थोड़ा अच्छा दे सकते हैं रिजल्ट। और मुझे लग रहा है कि आने वाले समय में गुजरात फ्लोरो 4500 से 4800 तक जा सकता है, बायोकॉन 350 से 355 तक जा सकता है।
ओके लेकिन राघवेंद्र जी, अभी हाल फिलहाल में आपके पसंदीदा टॉपिक गोल्ड के ऊपर भी हमने काफ़ी फोकस देखा है। वीकेंड पे हमने गोल्ड को ऑल टाइम हाई लेवल्स पहुंचते हुए देखा, $3000 एन आउंस ये क्रॉस करता हुआ दिखा। इनफैक्ट कई सारी न्यूज़ स्टोरीज हमें कल परसों पता चली, जहां मेनी पार्ट्स ऑफ इंडिया देव सीन $91,000, 91,000 रुपीज़ पर 10 ग्राम, 93,000 रुपीज़ पर 10 ग्राम काइंड ऑफ प्राइसेस। आपके स्टोर्स में कहाँ तक प्राइसेस गए गोल्ड के, और अभी क्या उम्मीद है यहाँ पर?
नहीं, देखिए हमारे भी स्टोर में जो है गोल्ड के प्राइसेस 90,000 के आसपास हैं, और मुझे लग रहा है कि आने वाले समय में क्या ये मार्च एंड तक या अगले मंथ अक्षय तृतीया है, तब तक मुझे लग रहा है कि 95,000 तक गोल्ड जा सकता है। सो बेटर है, जिसको अगर लेना हो तो अभी वो अपने गोल्ड बुक कर सकते हैं। गोल्ड में देखिए चाइना जिस हिसाब से डंपिंग कर रहा है, तो मेरे हिसाब से इसीलिए इंटरनेशनल मार्केट में गोल्ड की प्राइस बढ़ रही है। अब मुझे लगता है कि $3,000-3,050 के बीच में थोड़ा सा ये स्टेबल होगा, वहां से रिवर्स लेना चाहिए गोल्ड एक बार। मुझे लगता है कि एक बार $2,900 फिर से आना चाहिए, उसके नीचे आएगा, फिर वहां पे एक अच्छी बाइंग आएगी।
चलिए ठीक है, तो ये था सोने का भाव और किस तरीके से आगे बढ़ सकता है ये भी। बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया राघवेंद्र जी बने रहने के लिए इस खास शो पर, और तमाम क्वेरीज हमारे दर्शकों की आंसर करने के लिए। इसी तरीके से आप लगातार आते रहे हमारे दर्शकों की मदद के लिए। बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया बने रहने के लिए डेली कॉल्स में। विद दैट व्यूअर्स, वी रैप अप दिस स्पेशल कॉन्वर्सेशन विद आवर टॉप गेस्ट एंड आंसरिंग ऑल योर क्वेश्चंस ऑन डेली कॉल्स। इन केस देयर वर सम क्वेश्चंस वी कुड नॉट टेक अप टुडे, कीप सेंडिंग देम टू अस। टुमारो अगेन we'll be back at 12 noon with 2 more experts to answer your stock specific queries. So when it comes about stocks, why not take a professional advice when it is there for you, available for you, so that you know that you're going in the right direction with your stocks, rather than relying on your own thought processes as well as on social media tips. But take the right authentic advice from SEBI registered advisors as we invite them on the show for you on Daily Call. Stay tuned with us. Market coverage continues on the other side on Business Today Television.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's a wonderful start to Monday as far as Dalal Street is concerned. There is a sea of green across indices, and that's mainly because of a sharp bounce back that you saw on US markets on Friday. Remember, last Friday we were shut because of Holi, and we've had a day